What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we're going to be going over the breaking news of Mike Hart not expected to come back next season and what that means. Plus, Michigan could be returning a key player and a key piece in the secondary. Plus, we got some transfer portal rumblings for Michigan and how aggressive they will be in the portal. Plus, some young Michigan football players impressing and could make a bigger impact next season. Plus, running back Cabana talks about just trying to make an impact on the team. And we also got some recruiting news as the new Michigan linebacker coach Brian Jean-Mary has already offered multiple linebackers. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so I'll first start off with the bad news. We just got word that running backs coach Mike Hart will not be coming back to Michigan next season. Now, multiple reports did suggest that Mike Hart was on leave to deal with a personal matter, but it was first reported by Detroit News Sport that Mike Hart is not expected to return back to his role with Michigan football. This really does suck, but now Sean Moore will have to go out and replace him. You know, it does suck. He was on leave, you know, for personal reasons, and obviously, you know, he deserves his privacy and everything. So hopefully everything is okay with him, but he is not expected to come back next season to be Michigan's running backs coach, and now Sharon Moore right now is working on replacing him already. So let me know what you guys think about that. But now let's talk about some good news, at least. A potential defensive back coming back to Michigan, as obviously Quinton Johnson. He did initially announce his intention to enter the NFL draft about a month ago. However, now it seems that he may come back to Michigan for a 6th season. Now, obviously, Michigan, they lost safety Keon Sabb as he transferred to Alabama, while Michigan still has, you know, players like Zeke Berry and others that are waiting their turn. Getting Quinton Johnson back would be a huge piece to the defense. It would definitely help the secondary. Michigan, you know, it does help to have Rod Moore and Makari Page. They're two starting safeties coming back, but according to Chris Ballas of the Wolverine, right now Quinton Johnson is discussing his NIL options with collectives as they're trying to come up with a package that would make it worth his while. And apparently he has told some people close to it that he is planning on coming back for a 6th year potentially if it all works out. So that would be huge news if Michigan is able to get Quinton Johnson back, as it would definitely help the depth in the safety room and in the secondary. But I also did want to talk about some spring football rumblings, what's been going on, as Michigan, they're set to start spring football March 18th, which is only 10 days away. Now, obviously, Michigan, they hired new GM Sean McGee. According to Chris Ballas of the Wolverine, he is in the process of moving forward with his NIL plan and getting it communicated to the players. And one thing Michigan will need is some funds for the portal. They've already gotten Northwestern offensive lineman Josh Preby and also linebacker Jashawn Barham, but they could also use, you know, a couple more offensive linemen maybe in the portal, potentially also a cornerback, a bigger, taller wide receiver, and maybe other players just to fill some gaps and add some depth on the roster. Now, obviously, Michigan's first priority right now is to keep the players currently on the team happy, but they also want to be much more aggressive in their search for pieces to fill out the roster. Obviously, last season, Michigan, they did that same thing. They filled the pieces they needed to really build and establish a national championship team that could go and win it all. They added a lot of key pieces, especially on the offensive line. They got 3 transfer offensive linemen. They also got a cornerback out of Josh Wallace, who was huge. They got Josiah Stewart on the defensive line that played an impact role. So as the portal opens back up in April, definitely look for Michigan to be, you know, more aggressive in trying to find pieces to fill the roster. Now, there's also been some young Michigan football players impressing, as according to Clayton Safey of the Wolverine, some sophomores in the defensive line like Cameron Brandt, Enau Etta, and also Trey Pierce. I would definitely look for those names to potentially be seen a lot more next season. As far as the cornerbacks go, obviously Michigan is, you know, losing Josh Wallace, also Mike Samerstill, who was the nickelback, and behind Will Johnson, Michigan has Jaden McBurrows and also sophomores DJ Waller Jr. and Jair Hill, who potentially could be candidates to play a significant role and get a lot more playing time next season. But again, I do expect Michigan to potentially go out in the portal and bring in a veteran and experienced cornerback like they did last year out of Josh Wallace. But let me know what you guys think about that, and also who you guys think Michigan should go after in the portal. Specifically, which position group should they go after? Certainly does help that Michigan has their whole defensive coaching staff officially announced and ready to go, as the final one was the defensive backs coach Lamar Morgan. He is officially hired now as well, so that is definitely huge. You got to give credit to Sherrone Moore. He did a phenomenal job of not panicking, going out and getting good coaches here. Even though it was not going good, Michigan lost their whole defensive coaching staff and replaced them with some pretty dang good coaches, I think, as well as some good recruiters as well. Now, real quick here, I did want to show you guys a video of Michigan's trophy case now, an updated look, as the director of on-campus recruiting and operations, Christina DeRuiter, posted this video on her Instagram story featuring the new national championship trophies, the 3 Big Ten championship trophies, all the rival trophies, and more. Safe to say that trophy case is filled, and you'll love to see it. But next thing I did want to talk about is the Michigan running back Cole Cabana, as he talked about his role on the team and the impact he wants to make on the team, as he talked with On3 in the Wolverine. Now, he did have some injuries. He said obviously you never really prepare for injuries, but they are part of the game. I mean, there's nothing really else to it, just getting ready so I can make an impact next year. He did say his 2023 season was like his off season, as he was developing behind the scenes and bulked up and is now around 200 pounds. He also said he's running harder now and just adjusting to the college level. And he also said his mindset is, I don't care who's coming back, I'm coming for the spot no matter who it is, and I just want to do whatever I can to help this team. So I definitely like that mindset from Cole Cabana. He was obviously the in-state recruit from Dexter, Michigan. He was an outstanding running back there and track star as well. But there's definitely a lot of competition in the running back room, so should be fun to watch who all comes out and who puts in the work the most. I did want to talk about a little bit about some recruiting news in this video as well. First thing I did want to talk about is the new Michigan linebackers coach Brian Jean-Mary, as he has already offered some players here at Michigan. One guy in particular is a 2025 3-star linebacker Luke Metz from the state of Georgia. Now, he was offered while Brian Jean-Mary was at Tennessee, and he has officially offered him a scholarship here to Michigan as well. Brian Jean-Mary also pulled the trigger right away on the 2025 4-star linebacker Ty Jackson from the state of Florida. So pretty cool there. Brian Jean-Mary already pulling the trigger and offering some linebacker recruits there. And then also the 2025 4-star cornerback Alex Graham, the cornerback slash safety, but he recently just dropped his top 7 schools, and it was Michigan, Georgia, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, Penn State, and Alabama. Right now, Michigan does lead in his recruitment. They do have one crystal ball prediction going in their favor. However, that's been in place since 2022. Now, he is from IMG, or he plays at IMG Academy, but he is from the state of Michigan. So it would be nice for Michigan to potentially land him and potentially get a commitment early on to try and build up the 2025 class, as Michigan is still seeking that one commitment and that first commitment as Sherrone Moore as the Michigan head coach. But nonetheless, recruiting right now is doing really good for as much coaching changes that has gone on, especially on the defensive side. But yeah, with that, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you're new around here. I'd really appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.